We're back on the road to City Hall. The City Council's 25th district includes the neighborhoods of Jackson Heights, Elmhurst, and parts of Woodside. It's a compact district with a thriving immigrant community, and the area will become even more condensed next year now that the new boundary lines have been drawn. Danny Dromm represents this Queens district, and because he entered the City Council before the reintroduction of the two-term limit law, he has an opportunity to serve for another 8 years. Dromm took us on a tour of the neighborhood. Here's what we saw. We just got here into District 25. We're turning onto Roosevelt Avenue here in Queens. Very much an immigrant community. You can see from the stores, you can see from the people. A lot of South Asian signs in Hindi, signs in other languages. It's a district that has 162,000 people. It's about 2.4 square miles. And one thing that's striking from looking at the map is that there's really not a lot of park space. There's just a handful of pocket parks. And even though this district is not far from Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, close doesn't really count when it comes to parks. They've got to be nearby or people don't get to use them. So very young community, very immigrant community, not a lot of park space. That's what we know so far. We'll find out more from the councilman when we meet up. Councilman, how are you?
Errol, good to see you. Welcome to historic Jackson Heights. Great to have you here.
Very good. Now, where are we? This is a little plaza wedged in between a lot of busy streets.
Sure. This is Travis Park over here. And Travis Park was the existing park. But about 3 or 4 years ago, we decided to close down this street with the involvement of the Jackson Heights Green Alliance. And we've now permanently closed this street. This piece of property over here was owned by the Garden School, and we've now purchased it. They put it up for sale, and the idea is to bring it all together to integrate it into one beautiful park. Jackson Heights, my district, is 50 out of 51 council districts with the least amount of park space.
I noticed that just from looking at the map, only a couple of little pieces of green, and the rest is
a big concern to the families in this district, and we have a lot of new young people moving into the district, is that they want good schools and they want open space, they want parks and playgrounds for their kids.
Not to add to your to-do list, but this is all asphalt right now. I assume that you guys are going to green this?
Right, we want green. We consider this to be green space, but in fact, it's really not green space yet.
So we're here on 74th Street near 37th Avenue, and you say this is Little India.
This is Little India, the heart of Jackson Heights Indian South Asian community, right here. If you go to India and you mention Jackson Heights, this is the street that everybody in India would know about. It's become worldwide famous.
I imagine this is, well, look, it's the middle of the day. It's pretty busy right now. On the weekends, it must be really busy.
It's very busy, and we have all different things that are sold here. We have the jewelry, we have the saris, we have the Indian restaurants.
You say Little India here, and there are other communities that have their own sort of commercial corridors as well.
Correct.
Right?
So this is 74th Street, but on 73rd Street you have Little Bangladesh. And on the plaza on 37th Road you have Little Pakistan. But we also are beginning to see a large influx of Nepali and Tibetan immigrants who are coming in, Philippine immigrants who are coming into the area. So this is really a very, very diverse area.
Right. So, and that's diversity within diversity, right? So, like most people would say, oh, Jackson Heights, big Asian community.
Right,
but
so
there's a lot more than that.
Break down the Asian community, it's about 40% of my district.
Okay, so here we are on another plaza. This is another one you close off the street?
This is what we call Diversity Plaza, and it's really fitting for the area, So this is on 37th Road, right between 74th and 73rd Streets.
Diversity Plaza. And, I remember there were big screens set up here during the presidential debates last year.
You're absolutely right. It was really fascinating to sit here with the Pakistani audience watching President Obama speak about U.S. policy toward Pakistan.
This will show you what the Affordable Care Act is and what links there are to explain what it's all about.
So we're here across from Little India in a building with a community center, and this is a special community center.
Right, this is a very special community center because in Jackson Heights you have everybody living here. But this is a center for gay seniors. It's called Queens Center for Gay Seniors, formerly known as Sage Queens. And so this has been here for almost 20 years now, but it caters to the gay community. And a generation older than me, and I hope eventually one day I'll be able to use these services as well.
So the seniors who are here, they're really from a prior generation. They've really been here for quite a while. Okay, let's take a look. How long have you been running the center here?
5 years now.
Okay, very good. And we've been to a lot of different senior centers, but this one, a lot of books. It looks like very cozy, very homey kind of a thing. What kind of things go on here?
We're a drop-in clubhouse, and we have people come from all over the borough in Queens, specifically LGBT elders, who come here and use this as a place to socialize, recreationalize, and really find community.
So we are here where a new intermediate school is being built. And I noticed we're across the street from another intermediate school. So I take it that with all of the immigration and the young families comes a lot of school crowding.
Well, school overcrowding is probably one of the biggest issues that I have to deal with in this district. You know, having this school built, which would be about 400 additional seats, is really going to help to alleviate that situation.
On the issue of co-locations, this is a different angle than I've usually heard. There are some people who just don't like the idea of charters. You're concerned about co-locations because you need every available seat for the kids who are in this neighborhood right now.
We want to ensure that any school that's built in this district alleviates the overcrowding that already exists in this district. District 30 and District 24, School District 30 and School District 24, are the most overcrowded districts in the whole city.
We are here at Elmhurst Hospital, and this is one of the busiest hospitals in the system.
This is one of the busiest hospitals in the system, probably the third busiest emergency room in the United States.
I have to tell you, I mean, we saw emergency patients out in the corridors. Is that normal?
This is typical for this hospital, unfortunately, at this part of the day. We do 153,000 emergency room visits. We don't have the space to handle everybody the way we'd like, so we double and triple up in each bay.
Wow, and I saw a lot of corrections officers and cops here too.
Because we're so close to Rikers Island for all emergencies, they come here first before they might be transferred to Bellevue.
Okay, so you're clearly overburdened, and there are plans for an expansion.
There are currently plans. We have design going on to expand the emergency room out to the property line to add about 40% more space than we have now.
Here right next to Elmhurst Hospital, we've got a lovely farmer's market. And how long have you been working here, sir?
3 years.
Okay, and how's it? I see a lot of traffic here. Is it good business?
It's good, and you know, the people love us.
I imagine this is very popular with your folks.
Very popular, and people can use food stamps here, and so that's one of the major advantages of having this organically grown, locally grown food available to the community, so they have this option as well as other options.
Yeah, we're right outside the hospital, and I'm thinking it's the best medicine of all, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No doubt about it.
Okay, we're here on Broadway in Elmhurst, and you're saying this is a project that could happen.
Right, this is a major initiative on my behalf. What we would like to do is to see the Elmhurst Railroad Station, Long Island Railroad Station, reopened. I think that it would be an economic help to this community, an economic boost to this community, if we could get that. And there's argument to be made that we already have the noise, we have the tracks here that divide the community. Why don't we have the benefit of actually having a station?
This has got to be a no-brainer because it's a straight shot into the city from here, right?
Correct. And also this area of my district has seen a tremendous increase in the population.
So you are finishing up your freshman term. You didn't have any opposition this time, so you've got at least one more. What's your priority going to be for the next 4 years?
Well, my top priorities are, again, to increase school seats in this district and to increase open space in the district. Those two things remain my priorities for the district, because even though we've had much success in getting some of that done, there's never enough, and so we need to continue to work on those issues.
Okay, well, wish you the best of luck. Thanks for spending some time.
All right.
I'd like to thank Councilman Dromm and his staff for arranging this week's tour. We're going to take a short break now. Coming up, the four members of our Reporters Roundtable will help us look back at a busy week in politics, including a decisive victory for Letitia James in Tuesday's Public Advocate runoff. Stay with us.